Hey folks, Marty Nowicki with Impact Snap. Today's video is, do I want to shallow? How do I shallow? And why would I want to shallow? When I'm teaching, I do get the question a lot, geez, how much should I be shallowing? And I say to my students, a lot depends on what club you're using. Notice the difference between how a wedge sits relative to the ground and how a driver sits relative to the ground. The driver inherently is starting on a shallower angle, and we're hitting it with a ball off the ground, in the air. So the driver, there are tolerances for this thing to really shallow out. Check out a John Rahm swing, and you'll see how quickly that club drops as he turns. That would be important if we wanted to pick up more speed. As the club shallows, that just means that the weight of the club head is just falling behind me. That does a couple things. Number one, it makes the club heavier. Number two, if I incorporate that little shallowing move with turn, I'm now adding some acceleration for the club to swing around me. Simple little drill. You can do this sitting down if you want to. Create some soft circles clockwise as you're looking at it with the golf club. Incorporate, once you complete the backswing, to sense that soft circle. That golf club will start to drop behind you. If you're a slicer of the ball, this would be important. This would be a great drill to feel the weight and get the wrists to start to flatten or even flex. Now when I turn, that club face is already squared up, and I've added a power component to my driver. So when it comes to the wedge, we're going to see less shallowing. There'll still be some, but I certainly wouldn't want the club to fall way down behind me. I might risk shanking or sculling a few shots. So again, just by virtue of the design of the club, if the original starting line was here, there are certainly tolerances for it to drop below that line, so long as I turn with a good spine angle so that the club can actually reach the ground. Okay, what that would look like. Remember, driving the ball, our axis is going to be back here. Hitting a wedge, if I shallow, I've got to get that axis to actually tilt a little bit forward. That gives me my angle for the ground so that I have a very neutral angle of the club coming into the ground. Never want to see a wedge come into the ground like this. So if the wedge shallows, just remember, yes, I'm turning. I'm keeping my spine really more between my pelvis with a driver. As I turn and shallow, I'm keeping my spine closer to my trail leg, which would then keep me behind the ball. So as I turn, I can swing up into something. The benefit of shallowing would be twofold. Number one, it makes the club a little heavier. If you think of the equation for force, mass times acceleration, when the club feels a little heavier, that equals the mass portion. If I can get my knees, chest, and sternum to turn, well, that's now going to add to the acceleration. Simple little drill of creating clockwise circles. There's your ticket for a little more speed. For Impact Snap, I'm Marty Nowicki. I hope this video helped. Please like this video, share this video, leave your comments down below. That helps us to create more content for you. For Impact Snap, I'm Marty Nowicki. Thanks for watching.